Survival tips for even the scariest situations. Many people believe that survival tips only apply to getting lost in the wilderness. However, there are many other instances where your survival skills can prove to be very beneficial, even if you're not lost in the woods. There are many natural disasters that can occur, such as tornadoes, earthquakes, and even tsunamis. There is even the growing thought of a massive zombie apocalypse gleaming people's minds and setting them in a frenzy. In instances such as these, survival skills are also made very important to ensure that both you and your family make it out of the situation alive and well. Let's take a look at some of the most popular survival skills that you need to know in the event of any type of situation our world could come across. First and foremost, you will need to prepare for any type of survival situation. Have a survival pack readily available with items such as blankets, waterproof matches, lighters, rope, a knife, water, non-perishable food items such as canned foods, portable cooking systems, first aid kit, and etc. Make sure that you do your research and find out the top items that you need to include in your survival kit. You never know when you may need this survival kit, so you want to make sure that your kit is always ready to retrieve in any type of worst case scenario. So the first thing you need to keep in mind when you are put into a survival situation is if your shelter itself has been destroyed. You need to, of course, create yourself and your family a shelter to use. You can make a shelter out of many things, such as blankets, cardboard, rope, string, coats, etc. Your main goal is sheltering your family from the weather and a place to sleep without being in the wide open. Because different temperatures are a factor, it is very important that you take this in consideration when preparing your shelter. This means expecting rain, wind, or other dangerous weather conditions. It is very important that you build a sturdy shelter that can be used for protection, as well as a place to keep you warm. Another important aspect is creating a fire source. You can create a fire with waterproof matches, lighters, or even creating your own fire from scratch with the help from sticks. Having a fire source is very important because it can provide you with both warmth and food preparation. A fire is very essential with any type of survival situation and should be made immediately after you've built a sturdy shelter. Realize that in a natural disaster there will be no way to communicate with anyone, assumingly, and will basically be every man out for themselves. So make sure that you have the right survival skills set forth so that you are only reliable on yourself for survival rather than others to help and find you. You can find many tips and suggestions to surviving even the worst situations through the internet and various other information sources. Being placed in a survival situation, you are back down to the necessities of life: food, water, and shelter. As long as you have these three things and have a well thought out plan as to what you would do if even the most horrible disaster occurred, then you are sure to make it through the whole ordeal. The best part is once you have survived the situation, you will now know that you can rely solely on your survival skills and make it through any type of situation. It is very important to know your survival skills and that you use them when a situation comes about to use them. You will find that survival skills can come in handy with many situations and can ensure that you make it through it alive.